Don't know if I 24 male can deal with my GFS 21 female sick fantasy. We've been together 3 years, and everything has been great. We click together in so many ways, we share the same hobbies, the same stupid humor, the same everything. We moved in together a few months ago and everything has been going well. But this morning I was looking for a portable thumb drive that had some important documents on it, and when I plugged in what I thought was the right one, and it's full of bestiality porn. Hundreds of pictures and videos, both cartoon and real, of women having sex with animals. When she got home I asked her about it and she broke down and told me she's been addicted to animal sex porn since she was young. She said she's never done it IRL and her family have never had a dog, so I believe her. She said she doesn't plan to ever do it, but also admitted that part of her will always want to. I get that thoughts and fantasies are very different things, but I love this girl. I was thinking of starting a family with her, and yes, I would like to have dogs. We've even both talked about having a farm one day. She's asleep now and I've been trying, but I just don't know what to do. Update. Okay, first of all, thanks for the comments. I didn't expect this to blow up like it did. We discussed it this morning briefly and she was adamant that a big part of the fantasy for her is the animal being in control. She said that's why so much is cartoon stuff. Apparently most is monsters pretty much raping women, which is obviously problematic for its own reasons. She said the appeal for her is in the animal just taking what it wants and making the girl its bitch pretty much. Obviously there's still a lot of issues with it, but it does make it that tiny bit less horrible with her fantasizing about being controlled by an animal instead of the other way around. As for the farm talk, that was more of a brief hypothetical, imagine if, chat, not something serious, it just stuck out at the time. We'll be talking more, and if we stay together, big if, I'll insist on therapy. Too long did not read. Found out girlfriend has animal sex fantasies and now I'm not sure if I am willing to build a life with her. Definitely no farm. She needs therapy. And it's not your job to support her through that if you don't want to take that on. There was once a story on Reddit of a guy whose dog was raped by his son. Multiple times. The dog was, rightfully, traumatized and the family was broken apart by what the son did. I'm not saying your girlfriend would do that to an animal, but with her having the desire to. I wouldn't trust her. She's sick. It's one thing to have the drawn pics, like furry shit too, but actual real images. No. Just no. You don't want a farm or pets with someone like her. Copying and pasting my comment from a similar thread yesterday. I could not be with someone complicit in animals being abused. I'm speechless, honestly. I don't know what kind of people would have animal abuse as a fantasy, but even worse is I can't imagine who would have it and never seek help and keep feeding it. If you really want to try, ask her to delete everything and start going to therapy. If she resists, honestly, run. Wow, this would be an absolute deal breaker. Fuck no. Yeah, I wouldn't start a farm with this girl. You need to figure out your priorities. Do you love this girl more than what you want out of your own life? You only have one life to live. Do you want to give it up for this girl? With that, I feel, folks, this is my opinion, so with I'm not a doctor, like is a very sick girl. Would you ever trust her on your farm, or with any animals you got? Are you willing to risk being disappointed and walk in on her in the barn? Think about what you want from your life. Does she fit or doesn't she? It doesn't sound like it. And she's never given you all of her. You had to accidentally find out this secret part instead of her admission. Can you ever really trust her? Now you know why she wanted a farm. If you continue with her, pets are forbidden. I have watched any kind of legal in my country porn, and I have a lot of fantasies I share with my wife, but that I will never put in practice. Sex and porn addiction is a thing, though, and professional counseling or therapy could be advisable, but I'm not if she thinks it is the case. Some of us all have dark fetishes and fantasies, but that's all they are. Come on, guys. When people have a rape fetish, it's not that they actually want to get raped by a random, and that would turn them on. That is not the case at all. Only thing weird about it is that she is addicted to animal sex porn. She definitely needs to work on the addiction part. Isn't that shit illegal? Thinking about that fantasy and actually watching people abuse animals are two different things. Thinking about it is still gross though, to be honest. But honestly, this is a serious deal breaker. That is absolutely sickening. If I ever found out something like this from someone I cared about, I'd be concerned and hope they were getting therapy and treated for it. It's not the same, but I found out my older sister was into the things you described about your girlfriend. When I caught her doing it to my own pet one time and felt sick seeing the person I thought I knew just started acting out her fantasies onto my pet. My sister has been in therapy, and explained that it was some sort of desire she wanted to fulfill, which doesn't justify abusing animals. It's really awful to have your trust broken and not be able to see someone the same after it. And I'd be worried if she's hiding some things, especially if she admitted that she wants to act on it. Absolutely no, this is disgusting. This is like finding CP or something on a partner's computer. Instant breakup. That's gross. Pretty sure that is illegal in most states to possess bestiality porn, so I would think about that one too because that could be a problem down the road. This is the second post in less than 24 hours in which an early to mid-20s person finds bestiality porn on their partner's computer. I don't have any advice, I just want to point that out. First of all, I would point out that the fact she watches bestiality porn doesn't mean she is actually gonna to have sex with animals. After all, watching porn is one thing, making love like porn is another. But if she has been addicted to it, it would be a serious problem. There is no doubt your girlfriend's sexual taste is kinda weird, and you have good reasons to talk with her about it. If you really can't stand it, you may offer her two choices: go cold turkey with the porn, or you leave. Don't sweat it. Honestly, don't we all go to the dark side of porn in our horny ass moods, and then with the post-cum clarity you're like, shit, what was that, ahahahahah. Some people are saying she needs clinic time, but honestly that is bullshit. If you can't deal with it, break up with her. You can't change your sexual fantasies. Dealbreaker. She needs mental help. Don't buy or keep any peanut butter in the house. Viewing that shit is already a step too far in interacting with it. As soon as she became old enough to realize it was wrong, she should have sought therapy and deleted and reported the content. Do not let her around a dog, because at this point she does not have the self-control. If it was just illustrations, I would be inclined to put it in the fantasy category. But videos with live animals? That seems like sexual abuse to the animal and possibly person. It would be hard for me to move forward with this person. I would definitely never trust them enough to have a family pet or farm. This would be a deal breaker for me. That's a sickness, and she will eventually act her fantasy out, especially if you get animals. It's like waving crack in front of a crack addict. I am sorry that you've discovered something so horrific about your girlfriend. If you decide you are going to stay with her, do not bring any animals into your life. Don't try to form relationships with other people who have pets. Don't allow her to be near any animals. Now that you know this about her, if you allow her near an animal and she abuses it, you'll have become an enabler, making it okay, so to speak, for her to do this. She's a code green. Get her help. She needs clinic time. Clinic can help her. I don't see the reason to care that much. Also, addiction. Not with one thumb drive it isn't. If she's not actually doing anything any harm, I don't really care and don't think you should be in DEFCON 1 mode. Like, sure, be grossed out or whatever, but like, she also likes sex with you, right? If so, I don't even see a compatibility issue. Tons of people jerk off to shit they'd never want to do in real life. The major difference here is that this one is more taboo and in some places illegal to produce. This is vomit-inducing. Wow, I would not care about this at all. Lots of us have fantasies that it would be wrong to try to fulfill in real life. Obviously she shouldn't force or trick animals into really having sexual contact with her, but that's probably not what she's imagining in her fantasies anyway. If I fantasize about sex with someone who probably wouldn't do me in real life, that doesn't mean they should be worried I'm going to go rape them. Man, you better furry up. Just sick. Get out. Reddit is better than the National Enquirer. But, you are living it. If she realizes how sick this is, she will get therapy if she wants the relationship to be salvaged. I went to SLAA for about 5 months, and I was cured of a sex-love addiction. They snapped me out of it. Someone in this sub keeps up making these fictional relationship problems about kinks lately, and it's really annoying and weird. Please stop. She is fucking disgusting. Take her to Jurassic Park. I think you're overreacting. People certainly have rape fetishes, or others involving taboos. However, most people would never act out on these, because there is the implicit understanding that actually doing it would not be enjoyable in any form or way in reality, as opposed to a purely fantastical scenario that occurs within one's mind. She likely has a degradation kink that she's channeled as this. It's only hot in her private fantasies, which you are the asshole for intruding upon. In sex and love we all deal with the dilemma that having an equal partner requires some compromise of autonomy. Thoughts about the dilemma enter into dreams and fantasies. I have no experience with animal fantasies, so just guessing. But generally our approach to animals is that they're either gentle and compliant, or they're supper, or both. You are reasonable to be concerned about what she might do if you had a dog. But just now, your more relevant worry is that a partnership of equals won't satisfy her anxieties. After 3 years, I'd think this problem would have surfaced, so perhaps I'm barking up the wrong tree. If so, I apologize. She wants a farm, holy crap. Will it come with a live-in animal therapist? Cause by the sound of her they'll need it. She needs help like yesterday. And definitely no farm, think of the animals. No, not a farm. Loudly crying. Big nope. I would run away and never look back. Good lord, this is beyond disgusting. This woman needs serious therapy. And stay away from animals. And internet. Yeah bro, don't get that farm. Why are people saying, oh, talk to her about it, and see why she's into it, as if OP didn't mention real animals being abused? Did she have a preference for doggy style? Just buy a fish. She can get in serious trouble for having those pictures. Serious legal trouble. If I were you, don't get a pet or anything with her around because she quite obviously has a problem and needs to see a professional about it. What she had on her computer was not just furry stuff, it was actual, real-life footage of animal abuse, made by harming real, breathing animals. This, at least in some places, is illegal. Just putting that out there. Mental asylum time. Shit's fucked. Run. Fake. Dump her. Block contact too so she'll never find your future farm. Would be terrible to walk in the chicken coop only to yell, "You're not the rooster." Stop that. She needs therapy. She needs help. Run.